There's more people here than I thought there was going to be. There's 7. There's 7 people here at this yoga retreat, and me, 8, and Jacqueline. She's 9. She's my yoga teacher. Let's see. We've got this woman over here. Oh my God, she keeps having to come and go in and out of the room. She's crying a lot. And she keeps muttering intentions about redemption and forgiveness. Oh, I think it's because of that honing device she's got strapped around her ankle. Oh yeah, there's this guy, Silicon Valley guy. Yeah, he's the hipster with his beard and his jeans are rolled up to different lengths in each leg. He's got his Birkenstocks on. He's chatting up this 20-year-old girl about being from the 5th dimension. She's asking him what the 5th dimension is. And he's going on and on about how it's a different level of consciousness that he's arrived at. So that's happening. There's these two over here, holding hands. Maybe they're boyfriend and girlfriend or married. Wow, their eyes are closed and they're breathing in time with each other. Telepathic meditation. They have a crystal bowl between them and a mallet. Oh, they're here for this afternoon's sound journey. Did I just say this afternoon's sound journey? Oh, these two look a lot like me. Head to toe Lululemon. Spent a little bit of time getting ready, and they're having really dynamic conversation about how the laundry can wait, damn it, and my husband can take care of the kids tonight. It's our time to be here together. And me. You know, 6 months ago, I never would have been in a place like this, in an all-day retreat that has an agenda, including yoga, a group hike through the redwoods, meditation, kirtan, and sound bath healing. Yet 6 months ago, I would have said something like, what the fuck is kirtan and sound bath journeying? But I'm here with these 7 other people. And you know, 6 months ago, I launched into a whole new rediscovery of myself. I quit a job of 20 years, and I've been kind of on this seeker's journey, you know, asking myself all sorts of questions about who I am and where I'm going. So I'm doing some of this. I mean, I'm doing quite a bit of meditation and yoga. I'm hired a creativity coach, doing some prayer work, breath stuff. And now I can add kirtan and sound bath training. So yeah, this is it. The 7 of us, me, and Jacqueline, who's the inspiration for why I'm here in the first place. She's beautiful. You see, my yoga teacher, Jacqueline, is hot. And not in that Bikram sort of way, although we do practice in a really hot room. No, I mean like hot. Like bumping up my drop-ins to an unlimited kind of a membership. Okay? And I don't have a job right now, so she starts starts her classes out with such grace. She sits in front of this room, this crowded room. She sets her harmonium on the floor and she belts out these beautiful songs that she's written. Trevor Hall and Bob Marley mashups. She's so graceful and tells stories, Hindu stories about Ganesh and how he travels around the world and what that means for selfhood and world peace. Her class is always filled, every single time. And somehow, she makes me feel like I'm the only one in the room. Okay, here's the thing. I have a crush on my yoga teacher. It's more of an infatuation, I guess, which is kind of funny because I've always considered myself to be kind of prude. The high priestess of the missionary position. The connoisseur of the modest neckline. The disciple to the tasteful cinematic sex scene. And that's not to say that I haven't had my fair share of escapades. I have. But those stories are better suited for book club chit-chat, if you know what I mean. And any escapades I have had in the last 16 or 17 years has been with my husband, who I'm very happily and very monogamously married to, with 2 young children. So there's that. But Jacqueline, she just enlivened something in me. I think with all this figuring myself out and all this seeking, she just kind of seems to have it all pulled together, you know? She's beautiful, graceful, open-hearted, spiritual. I don't know. I just kind of want to be with her and connect with her a little bit. And who knows? I mean, when she gets to know me, maybe she'll adore me back. She starts out the yoga part of our retreat with a chant of Om, and then she greets the room. Thank you so much, all of you, for being with me here today. In community, so much gratitude to you, and so much love. I love you too. We start our practice, and Jacqueline comes up and kind of walks around each of us to make sure our postures are right and that we're stretching the right way. At one point, when I'm in downward facing dog, you guys, she walks up behind me and pulls my hips back and up into her. And she whispers real closely in my ear, Shannon, I'm so glad you're here today. That was when I tried to reply, which is a little hard in this inverted position, you know. So because I could kind of feel the blood like rushing up through my tongue, and then it kind of made its way into my nasal cavity, and my cheeks got really hot and kind of wrinkly, and all I could feel it all in my eye sockets, and my forehead was definitely like really crinkly and weird looking, and I could just get it out. Thank you! Nice to be here! Nice. Next up on our agenda was the hike, and it was stunning. We were walking through this cathedral of redwood trees along this path, and some of us were walking together or walking by ourselves, and I got to talking with some of these people, and despite my cynicism earlier, they ended up being really, really great. I talked to one of the 2 gal pals that were there together, and we ended up having something in common. We worked at the same advertising agency once upon a time. I had some additional conversation with Silicon Valley guy. He gave me a little more information about the higher level of consciousness, the fifth dimension. I couldn't help but wonder, though, why he got to be way up here and we still have to all be way down here. I did talk, I had a couple words with Miss Redemption. I didn't ask whether the ankle thing was for probation or house arrest, but she ended up being a writer too, like me, and we actually decided we'd go grab a cup of coffee sometime. Sound bath couple was kind of what I expected. If we hadn't had a path to walk on, they probably would have been staring out above the tree line and out into the universe, never to be seen. I finally caught up with Jacqueline on the hike, and I was excited. You know, I mean, all we'd really talked about to this point was yoga and retreats, and I was kind of excited to just have some one-on-one time. So, Shannon, you quit your job. That is amazing. I mean, what are you doing with all that time? Yeah, wow. I'm really excited about it, actually. I'm doing some writing and performing. I'm actually working on a project. I can tell you about it. Oh, yeah, you know what? I'm doing a lot of writing and stuff, too. I've actually got my whole level of self-discovery going on. You know, I've been doing a lot of thinking about what I'm going to do with my business, and I've actually been doing a lot of deep meditation around growing up with my father, and you know, let me tell you a little bit more about that. Yeah, go ahead. Wow. That actually reminds me. No, go. This went on for a while. This went on for 20 minutes or so. A one-sided diatribe, kind of stream of consciousness. She never asked me to complete the story that she inquired about in the first place. She never asked me about my insight or whether I'd been through something similar. She never asked me for my advice. And all of a sudden it dawned on me. Was she this way? Was she selfish? Was all this a waste of my time? She wasn't what I thought she was. And we certainly didn't have the connection I thought we'd have. I was really let down. We ended the afternoon in meditation. Jacqueline reminded us to think back on the intention that we set at the beginning of the day. Mine was about connection and new friendships. Whatever. We said goodbye, hugged it out, talked about maybe getting together soon. We never got back together and hung out. There were never any more yoga classes or hikes. I found out not too long after the retreat on Instagram that she moved back to Los Angeles. And that, as they say, is that. Until a few months later, I was in New York. I was there for a week, by myself, no kids, no family, just me. I was there doing an acting intensive. It was a beautiful July morning, and I was walking to the train to get to class. And I got a text message. It's Jacqueline. Hey, sweetie. I saw on Facebook that you're in New York for a little while. I'm actually going to go through there tonight on my way to Nantucket. I thought maybe we could see a show and grab dinner together. I'd really love to hang out with you. Hey, lady. Heart emoji. Totally. What time? Hey, sweetie. It's been a long time. So glad you reached out. Free as a bird. What's the plan? Hey there. Heart emoji. Wish I could. I've got dinner plans tonight with a friend. Wish I could make it. Miss you. Yeah, you too. Be well. XX. Kiss, kiss.